možda njena druga omiljena knjiga, prva mi je Nadir. To mi je njena omiljena knjiga i uživala sam u Nadiru. To mi je Tamara, ja mislim, poklonila čim je knjiga izašla. Ali sve njene knjige su sjajne, stvarno.
SoFi is good. Current is good. I'm not familiar with Westfield. Chase is already here. Huntington. Yeah, Huntington is a bad one. Let's go ahead and write down Huntington. Usually Huntington reminds me of one more. I can't think of the one. I think it's Citizens. I don't know. I can't remember. There's so many. As you guys type them, I usually remember. US Bank. Yeah, US Bank. And also, USAA. Those are two really bad ones. What else we got? Ooh, Truist. Yes, you put bad in all caps. You are correct. Truist is not good. What else we got? What else we got? Regions. That was the one I was trying to memorize. Damn it. Regions. Let's put down regions right there. City. Yep. Can I fit City right here? I can. City. Yep. Citibank is not good. Langley. So I'm going to put down something here at the bottom that's going to basically cause a lot of controversy. You ready for this shit? Ooh, Fifth Third. Yeah, Fifth Third. Where can I fit Fifth Third? I'm going to put Fifth Third right here. Okay, the final one is local credit unions. Whew. Okay, now I got about 736 of us in here already. Let me scoot this down just a wee bit so you guys can see. All right. If you are just joining in, I am excited. PNC is not the best. PNC is very bad. Okay, so let's walk through this, all right? So a lot of you guys are going to come in here and you're going to start yelling at me and you're going to get defensive and you're going to say, why is my bank bad? If your bank is on this board, please put a 1. So let's go through this. So we got Wells Fargo, we got BOA, we got Chase, we got TD, Navy Federal, PNC, Huntington, Citizens, US Bank, USAA. Whew, a lot of banks here. Golly. Why Chase? Why this? Why that? Okay, that's the magic question, isn't it? All right. So as we get started, I'm just booting up here, so we're starting off hot. So if you're just joining in, good afternoon, all right? I'm going to tell you first things first. You guys are going to yell at me and you're going to say, why is my bank bad? Mikey, what are the good banks? What's this? What's that? First of all, calm down. There's no rush. I just got here. That's the whole point of this lesson. Today, what we're going to do, okay? I'm going to explain why every single one of these banks are bad. And they all have one thing in common. And we're going to talk about that today. We're going to go deep on that topic. I'm going to also show you, since these suck ass, which ones are better. How to use a better bank, why these new banks are low-key better for you, and why these suck ass. We need a better bank, okay? So we're gonna work, okay? Just say it. Guys, calm the fuck down. We got a lot to do, okay? All right, so what makes every single one of these banks bad? Do you guys know what the abbreviation, I'm going to kind of draw like a little cloud right here so I can have a little bit of separation here. Do you guys know what an HYSA is? Do we know what an HYSA is? Stop with the profane language. Well, no. This is my show. I don't walk into your house and tell you that your couch looks like shit. This is my house, girl. I'm going to do what I want. Okay, HYSA stands for High Yield Savings Account. Okay, so this is what everything is going to be about today. So a lot of you guys know what HYSA stands for, which is phenomenal. A lot of you guys may not. Now, is there anybody in here who does not know what a High Yield Savings Account is? Can you put me in the chat? Just, I want to see the ones in here who do not know what a high yield savings account is. Let's see. Okay, a lot of you guys are like really nonstop asking me what are the good banks. Guys, please, I'm going to ask out of everything in my soul, please be patient for the love of Christ. If you are just in a dire rush, you got to take a shit or something, there is a link in my bio. If you click that, you'll see my favorite high yield savings accounts. If you just are dying to fucking go, then bruh, go. I'm not going to rush. but you're clogging up my comments, bro. Relax. I'm getting to it. Relax. If you want to go, then just go. But just please listen to the lesson, bro. I got a lot of juice for you, man. I got you, okay? All right. So for those of you that don't know what an HYSA is, so I'm going to start erasing this a little bit because now that we got your attention, it's time to rock. Let me teach you what a high yield savings account is. So every single person in this stream, you guys have a bank, right? Everybody has a bank. Like you said, you guys mentioned all your different banks, Wells Fargo's, TDs, the whole nine, right? Now, this is the thing. I want to really compare and contrast these two, and I want to show you kind of the difference. So we're going to have two banks, all right? So we got bank number one and we got bank number two, okay? So let's just say that bank number one is Chase, okay? And this is what a majority of you guys tend to use, is a bank like Chase, all right? But now a bank like an HYSA that has a high yield savings account. Now, high yield savings accounts, what this really is every single person in here, if you have a checking and a savings, give me a 1. So you have a checking and you have a savings account. So 1 and 2, okay? So 1 and 2, a checking and a savings, right? Okay, good. All right, so we all have a checking and a savings. Cool. So bad banks have a checking and a savings, okay? It's the same concept. And then this bank has a checking and a savings, okay? There's no difference. Both banks have the exact same thing, okay? Now, one thing that you guys do not know is when you put money in either one of these banks, those banks borrow our money, okay? They borrow our money. Now, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but your bank, whether it be good or bad, whatever, is supposed to cut you a check once a month and pay you every single month. If you did not know that, put a me in the chat. Your bank is supposed to cut you a check once a month, and they are supposed to pay you what's called interest. Okay? What's called interest. So when your money sits in these banks, whether it be bad or good, you are supposed to make interest, okay? Now, let's walk through just how this looks, all right? Let's walk through just how this looks. Let's say that you bank with Chase, okay? Which is a majority of you. Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Navy Federal. Let's just say you bank with any of these boo-boo ass banks, all right? If you keep $10,000 in that account, you're gonna expect that, hey, I had to work my ass off for that $10,000. I better make some money back on that money, because if I'm keeping this money on me, I better be making some kind of interest. Now, guys, in the comments, when we borrow money on a credit card, we have to pay interest, right? And it's a really high amount of interest at that. Can you guys in the comments just give me a random interest rate off of one of your credit cards, like 28%? Just go ahead and just give me a list of just interest rates that we see on our credit cards. Let's see, 28%, 34%, 29%. So we're all over the fucking place, but we're all paying a lot of money, right? So when we borrow, we have to pay our left nut in interest every month. But when a bank borrows, which mind you, this is your money they're playing with, they're giving it to you and they're giving you interest, but 0.01% interest. Isn't this wild? Is this not, can we all agree that this is like highway robbery? Can we agree on this, please? I mean, dude, if I got 10,000 sitting in an account and I make 1 penny per month, yeah, that is robbery. That is not cool. Like, mind you, everyone and their mom is talking about invest, do this, do that. Plain and simple. If my money is sitting somewhere, this is robbery. If this is BS, comment BS, because this is BS. I'm not keeping my money somewhere where it is collecting dust. Okay? So what I want everyone to understand is that you can go from here to here. There is no difference. There is no difference. Look, they both have a checking and a savings account. There's no difference. They both have a checking and a savings account, checking and a savings account. The only difference is this bank, the high yield savings account, you make interest in that savings account. So this savings account is sort of like, kind of like, it's better. It's a better savings account. So far, can I see yes or no if just that is making sense up to this point? Just yes or no. What is this making sense so far? Okay, a majority of you are asking what are some high yields. Guys, I'm gonna be naming off a bunch today. I just wanna teach you what it is first, okay? All right, yes. Okay, beautiful. All right, amazing. So just for common math and easy math, let's look at what a high yield savings account makes. So same amount of money, $10,000. The only difference is you now have a higher interest rate. So you make dollars now instead of pennies, okay? So this is ultimately what I want everyone to see tonight, okay? All right, now, what are some high yields? Let me name off a couple before we keep pushing, so that way I don't get yelled at anymore. A couple of high yields I'll name off for you. SoFi, American Express, Monzo, OnePay, Discover, PayPal, Chime, Barclays, CIT, Current, Valley Direct. Any of those are great high yield savings accounts. Great high yield savings accounts. If you want a list, there's a list in my bio. Capital One and Discover are currently merging and they're having some issues, so I'm off of that right now. Ally has withdrawal limits, so I'm off of that right now. Marcus by Goldman Sachs doesn't have a checking account, so I'm off of that right now. I'm trying to give you banks that are giving you the full experience, okay? All right, so far, if you're just joining in, I want you to comment new. We're just getting started here. Open Bank has horrible reviews. SoFi's the best. SoFi's my personal favorite, correct, yes. Okay, Navy Federal, not good. You are there. If you have Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Navy Federal, Huntington, Regions, PNC, Citi, local credit unions, not good. You're up here. SoFi, American Express, Monzo, OnePay, CIT, Barclays, Current, Valley Direct, all good banks. Good banks, okay? All right, now that I don't get yelled at anymore, let's keep pushing, okay? And for those of you, I'm gonna say this one time, guys. There's 1.3 thousand of you here. I wanna keep teaching, but look at what you guys are doing in the comments. Ally, question mark, TD, question mark, this question mark. I really wanna keep teaching, but I swear this lesson, for some reason, I get it. I get that the title is gonna make this happen, but every single one of you are gonna continue to say what bank. Guys, while I teach, please do me the favor. While I teach, right here, my favorite high yield savings accounts. While I teach, please so help me God. I gave you a list for the love of God. I gave you a list. I love you so much, but I want to keep teaching, okay? I love you, but let's keep pushing. All right, so in the chat, if you want a high yield savings account, but you don't have $10,000, give me a me in the chat. Give me a me in the chat. If you're like, Mikey, I want to benefit from a high yield savings account. This is sounding dope, but I ain't got $10,000, bro. Cool, neither did I. And I still had a high yield savings account. Let me show you how to benefit off of one. All right, so now we're starting to get to the meat and potatoes now. This is where shit starts to get a little bit wild, because now we're gonna start talking numbers. I kind of just wanted to start the first half of the lesson educating, but if you're just joining in and you're just learning and you're just hopping in for the first time, welcome. If you're brand new, comment new. And if you came in from the For You page, bruh, tap in here and comment FYP. Let's get to work. All right, so every single one of you, I hope now knows what a high yield savings account is. I hope. If you don't, I'm gonna keep teaching you as we move. But I need everyone to at least understand, how can I benefit even if I don't have a lot of money? Because they're not really meant for rich people. Anybody can have one. Now, every single one of you have one of these. Put a 1 in the chat if you do. If 1.6 thousand of you have one of these, we can fucking cook, because this right here is all we need. All right, if you have a paycheck, we're gonna cook, all right? This is important. So if you are in a rush, if you are distracted, try to lock in, because this is super important, okay? Even if you're unemployed, wherever you make money, it needs to be landing in a good bank. Guys, if you make money and it lands in a bad bank, you're cooked. I'm just gonna put it out there, you're cooked. If you have Chase, Bank of America, Navy Federal, Wells Fargo, local credit unions, TD, PNC, you're cooked, because your bank is going to restrict you. I want you to think that you're trying to get better with your money and your bank is pulling your shirt. You're like, fuck,